What if the very foods you've trusted for years were quietly working against your heart? I know it sounds shocking, especially when we're talking about vegetables. Yes, vegetables. But if you're over 60, every bite you take, every healthy habit you follow, and every food you believe is good for you can have a direct and lasting impact on your heart. As a heart doctor, I've seen this more times than I can count. Seniors walk into my clinic feeling proud they're eating their greens, cutting sugar, avoiding fried foods. On the surface, it seems like they're doing everything right. But what they don't see is what's happening beneath the surface. Certain vegetables, when eaten the wrong way or combined with common heart medications, can quietly push the heart toward failure. That's why I'm here, not to scare you, but to protect you. In this video, I'm urging seniors to stop eating these 5 vegetables, or at least change how they're prepared. I'll walk you through each one, explain the risks, and show you safe, heart-friendly alternatives you can actually enjoy. And here's the good news. These dangers are completely avoidable once you know what to look for. So stay with me, because the first vegetable on this list might already be sitting in your fridge right now. And before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, feel free to type 0. Your feedback helps me improve and better serve you. 1. Spinach. When heart medicine becomes powerless. Let's start with a vegetable that's probably earned a place in your fridge and your trust: spinach. We've been told for decades that spinach is a superfood. And for many people, it absolutely is. It's rich in nutrients, low in calories, and loaded with benefits. But what if I told you that for seniors over 60, especially those on heart medications, spinach can quietly become a serious health risk? As a heart surgeon, I've seen this firsthand time and time again. Patients come in proudly sticking to a clean diet. They've swapped burgers for salads, added green smoothies to their mornings, and believe they're doing everything right. But then we discover that their healthy eating is interfering with the very medication keeping them alive. Here's the issue. Spinach is packed with vitamin K, a nutrient your body needs for blood clotting. Sounds good, right? But if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, which is commonly prescribed after a heart attack, a stroke, or in cases of atrial fibrillation, too much vitamin K can actually cancel out the effect of your medication. It thickens your blood. It makes the drug less effective. And worst of all, most people have no idea this is happening inside their bodies. You feel fine. You trust your prescription. But in the background, your protection against blood clots is quietly slipping away. I've treated patients who suffered mini strokes or dangerous clots simply because they started drinking spinach smoothies or piling large spinach salads onto their plates every day, never realizing the hidden danger. Let me be clear, spinach isn't the enemy. Inconsistency is. If you're going to eat it, do it in moderation and with consistency. And always, always inform your doctor, especially when making changes to your diet. What you eat can either support your medication or silently sabotage it. The truth is, not every vegetable is heart healthy for every senior. Some can do more harm than a plate of fries if you're not paying attention. So if something as innocent as spinach can quietly overpower a prescription, what other seemingly healthy vegetables could be doing the same? There's another vegetable coming up next, one that looks completely harmless. Yet every bite of it could be quietly fueling inflammation and raising your blood pressure without you even knowing it. And if you found these insights helpful so far, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. 2. Red chili peppers. The fiery ingredient, fueling your heart's downfall. let's talk about the next hidden danger. Red chili peppers, that fiery little ingredient that might be quietly lighting a slow-burning fuse inside your chest. For many seniors, food isn't just fuel. It's memories, culture, and comfort. And nothing sparks that emotional connection quite like a bit of spice. A pinch of red chili pepper in your stew, that bold kick of heat, its tradition, its flavor, its passion on a plate. But here's what most people don't realize, that tiny, powerful pepper may be triggering a series of intense reactions in your body that your heart may no longer be prepared to handle. Red chili peppers, especially the hotter, more concentrated kinds, stimulate your nervous system, raise your adrenaline, and increase your heart rate. For someone younger and in good health, this might not cause concern. But once you're over 60, things change. Your arteries stiffen, and your heart becomes more sensitive. That same spicy dish that once brought you joy can now put serious strain on your cardiovascular system. I've had older patients come into my clinic complaining of heart palpitations, tightness in the chest, or sudden spikes in blood pressure, often just hours after enjoying a spicy meal. And still, they never suspect the culprit could be the chili pepper. But the danger isn't just the heat, it's how your body reacts to it. Spicy foods activate your body's stress response. Blood vessels constrict. Blood pressure surges. And if you already have heart disease or hypertension, that one meal could throw your heart into an irregular rhythm, or even trigger an emergency. Over time, frequent consumption of hot chili peppers can lead to chronic inflammation in your blood vessels, gradually wearing down the very highways your heart depends on to keep you alive. Now, I'm not saying you need to give up flavor completely, but you don't need fire to enjoy delicious food. Mild herbs, garlic, ginger, and citrus can bring your meals to life without overworking your heart. Always listen to your body. The foods you crave might bring you comfort, but comfort shouldn't come at the cost of cardiovascular stress. Let's move on to the next one. It's a familiar favorite, probably sitting in your fridge right now, but it's loaded with more sodium than a bag of chips. 3 pickled cucumbers. The salty trap, tightening around your heart. Now let's move on to the second hidden danger: pickled cucumbers. They're crisp, tangy, and often the perfect companion to a sandwich. On the surface, they seem harmless, maybe even refreshing. But for those of us over 60, especially anyone with a history of high blood pressure or heart problems, this seemingly innocent snack could be doing far more damage than you think. Most people never stop to question a few slices of pickle on their plate. But the truth is, those little green bites are soaked in brine, absolutely packed with sodium. Sometimes a single serving contains over 1,000 milligrams of salt. That's nearly 2/3 of your daily sodium limit in just a few bites. Sodium isn't just about flavor. It's a chemical that draws water into your bloodstream, increases your blood volume, and places intense pressure on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this leads to hypertension, arterial stiffness, and eventually heart failure. I've had patients walk into my office confused and frustrated. They've made major changes, cut out fried foods, started exercising, even quit drinking. But their blood pressure stays high, and they're left wondering, what am I doing wrong? The answer in some cases is sitting quietly on their plate, a small pile of pickles. The frightening thing about salt is that it doesn't give you a warning sign. You won't feel it creeping in. You won't notice until it's too late, when a stroke hits, when chest pain arrives, or when you're faced with a diagnosis of congestive heart failure. Once you reach 60, your kidneys aren't as efficient at filtering out salt, and your arteries become more sensitive to its effects. Pickles, canned vegetables, even so-called healthy soups, can carry hidden sodium loads, that silently reverse all the progress you've worked so hard for. The good news? You can fight back. Cooking at home, checking labels, and seasoning your meals with herbs or lemon juice instead of salt can make a bigger difference than you might imagine. But salt isn't the only hidden threat in your kitchen. There's another vegetable coming up next one that looks completely harmless. 4. Raw garlic. When nature's medicine turns against your heart. Now let's talk about another health hazard that might be hiding in plain sight: raw garlic. For centuries, garlic has held a special place in natural healing. It's been praised for lowering cholesterol, thinning the blood, and supporting overall heart health. Many seniors trust garlic deeply. Some add raw cloves to their meals. Others go as far as swallowing them whole, just like medicine. And while garlic is indeed powerful, power misused can quietly turn into poison. Here's what most people don't realize: raw garlic is a potent blood thinner. And when it's combined with certain heart medications, especially anticoagulants like warfarin or even aspirin, it can dangerously amplify their effects. The result? Your blood may become too thin. That opens the door to internal bleeding, unexpected bruising, and in some cases, life-threatening hemorrhages. I've treated patients who came in with nosebleeds that wouldn't stop black stools or sudden drops in blood pressure. All of them believed they were doing something healthy simply by adding garlic to their routine. But the concern doesn't stop at bleeding. When eaten raw in large quantities, garlic can abruptly lower blood pressure. And for those already taking medication for hypertension, this sudden drop can cause dizziness, fatigue, or even fainting. At a certain point, the heart may no longer get the blood flow it needs, and that's when real damage begins. The most frustrating part: you feel like you're doing everything right. You're not eating junk. You're not being careless. You're simply placing your trust in a natural remedy that's been celebrated for generations. But here's the truth: even natural foods have limits. And after age 60, your body changes. The way it responds to both food and medication isn't the same as it used to be. The best health decisions aren't just based on tradition, they're based on understanding. If you love garlic, there's no need to give it up. Just enjoy it cooked and in moderation. And always speak with your doctor before turning it into a daily habit. Because if something as natural as raw garlic can pose a silent threat to your heart, what about the next item on your plate? It's something even more common: fresh, crunchy, often eaten raw. But it may be hiding a dangerous enemy your eyes can't see. Let's take a closer look at another surprising threat: raw sprouts, the seemingly harmless crunch that could quietly sabotage your heart. They appear fresh, vibrant, full of life. Sprouts like alfalfa bean or mung are often praised as superfoods, celebrated for their enzymes, clean energy, and satisfying texture. For many health-conscious seniors, tossing a handful onto a salad or sandwich feels like the smart, healthy choice. But beneath that delicate appearance hides a danger that most people never see coming, one that can quietly compromise your heart and overall health. You see, sprouts grow in warm, moist environments, the exact conditions where dangerous bacteria like E. coli, salmonella, and listeria thrive. While younger adults might ride out a bout of food poisoning with discomfort, seniors face a very different risk. As we age, our immune systems slow down. The body's ability to fight infection becomes weaker and less efficient. What starts as a minor stomach upset can quickly spiral into something far worse: sepsis, dehydration, or even a serious heart infection known as endocarditis. In my years of treating older adults with heart conditions, I've seen the damage firsthand. Something as seemingly innocent as a contaminated sprout led to emergency hospitalizations, irregular heart rhythms, or worsening congestive heart failure. Why? Because the body can't heal the heart when it's already battling a hidden infection. And the scariest part, these infections often go unnoticed until it's too late. It's a cruel irony. You're trying to eat clean, stay green, make the right choices, only to be harmed by the very foods you believed would nourish and protect you. That's why raw sprouts should never be taken lightly. If you still enjoy them, cook them first. A quick sauté or light steaming is enough to kill dangerous bacteria while still keeping the flavor and nutrients intact. Because when it comes to protecting your heart, it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat it, and whether your body today, not 20 years ago, can handle it. And if a tiny sprout can carry such hidden danger, what about the vegetables that seem harmless until they're combined with common heart medications? You might be surprised. The next risky food could already be sitting on your plate tonight. 6. Raw mushrooms. The hidden infection that could quietly attack your heart. They look harmless, earthy, fresh. A few slices of raw mushrooms tossed into a salad may feel like a wholesome, heart-friendly choice. But for seniors, especially those living with heart conditions, this innocent habit might be more dangerous than you think. Because what you can't see on that clean white cap could quietly be setting off a chain reaction inside your body. Raw mushrooms grow in damp, dark environments exactly where dangerous bacteria like Listeria, E. coli, and Salmonella thrive. And while a younger adult might ride out food poisoning with a few rough days, it's a very different story after age 60. As we get older, our immune system weakens. Infections hit harder, they linger longer, and sometimes they don't show symptoms until it's far too late. What starts as mild stomach discomfort can escalate into something far more serious: sepsis, dehydration, or even endocarditis, a dangerous infection that attacks the inner lining of your heart. I've personally treated older patients who came in with rapid heartbeats, plunging blood pressure, or irregular rhythms, only to discover the root cause wasn't stress, it was an infection their body couldn't fight. The irony: these infections often begin with what seemed like a healthy food, an uncooked mushroom hiding bacteria no one could detect. And it doesn't stop there. Some types of mushrooms also contain agaritine, a naturally occurring compound that may be mildly toxic when eaten raw, especially for those with weakened systems. While research is ongoing, one thing is clear: your aging body is not as forgiving as it once was. So if you're still eating raw mushrooms even occasionally, it's time to rethink the habit. A quick sauté or gentle steam doesn't just enhance the flavor it kills, harmful bacteria, reduces agaritine levels, and protects the most vulnerable part of your body, your heart. Because in this chapter of life, it's not just about eating clean, it's about eating safe. After hearing about which vegetables might be silently harming your heart, you're probably wondering, so what can I actually eat? What foods will help my heart heal, grow stronger, and thrive after 60? The answer doesn't lie in trendy diets or so-called miracle superfoods. It lies in real whole vegetables foods that speak the language of an aging heart. These are vegetables that calm inflammation, steady your blood pressure, nourish your blood vessels, and most importantly, work in harmony with your medications, not against them. Simple choices can make all the difference. Steamed broccoli, gently roasted carrots, sautéed kale, sweet potatoes, cooked tomatoes, and heart-healthy legumes like lentils and green beans. These are your allies. They're packed with antioxidants, potassium, fiber, and powerful plant compounds that protect your arteries and lighten the load on your heart. Unlike raw sprouts or salty pickles, these foods are gentle on the body, easy to digest, and help keep your blood sugar and blood pressure stable. After 60, Your heart doesn't crave extremes. It craves consistency, balance, and foods that love you back. I've seen patients completely turn their heart health around, not just with medication, but by building meals that are simple, warm, and healing. Just a plate with lightly steamed greens, a baked root vegetable, a bowl of bean soup. These small daily choices can quietly undo years of damage that no one saw coming. And if you're worried that healthy food means bland and boring, think again. A sprinkle of rosemary, a touch of turmeric, a bit of garlic in moderation, or a squeeze of fresh lemon can turn any dish into something flavorful without putting your heart under stress. Because food should nourish not just your heart, but also your spirit. But now that you know what to eat, there's one more thing you need to do. Even the best vegetables can't help a heart that's still being sabotaged by one small but deadly habit. Let's talk about something truly powerful: your heart and the time it still has left. Your heart has been beating for you every single day since the moment you were born. By the time you turn 60, it's pulsed over 2 billion times, faithfully, silently, without ever asking for anything in return. But now, it's asking for your attention. Aging isn't about giving up. It's about growing wiser. And wisdom means recognizing that what once worked for your younger body may no longer serve you in the same way. The very vegetables that once kept you strong could quietly be working against you now if eaten the wrong way at the wrong time or in combination with certain medications. But here's the good news: you're not too late. The damage you fear isn't final. Every small change you make today, what you eat, what you avoid, how you move, how you rest, can begin to undo years of silent stress. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. Seniors who felt breathless, exhausted, defeated come back to life. Stronger pulses, sharper minds, lighter steps. Not because they made extreme changes, but because they started paying attention. They listened to their bodies. They made one better choice at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Your heart still has time, still has strength, still has love to give to you, your family, and to this life you've spent decades building. So start today. Revisit your plate, rethink your habits, reclaim your energy, because your next heartbeat is a gift, and it's yours to protect. These lessons are here to help you live fully and live truthfully. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a quiet moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned today that you plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey to living better, one heartbeat at a time. If you found this video helpful, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, feel free to type 0. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing content made just for you. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.